everyone, and welcome to my corner of the world. Today I'm going to share another technique using the Stamparatus, and it's going to be two-step stamping, and this is the card that we're going to be making using this method. So I have my Stamparatus here, and the stamp set that I'm going to be using today is Wishing You Well. And this is an interesting stamp set because it has images in it that would work for most times of the year, and then they've got a sentiment that says wishing you well, sending you our thoughts and prayers, just a note, and then season's greetings. And looking at it, I think that certainly this with the bow on the top would make a great Christmas card, and then this would, with the bow maybe turned upside down, would also make a great Christmas card as well. But I'm going to be using Wishing You Well today. So here's my Stamparatus. I am going to be using both of my plates, but because Wishing You Well is a red rubber stamp set, I am not going to need the black pad. I'm going to set that to one side. And I'm going to need one of my magnets, so I'm just going to pull that from the back. I don't need the other one. I'm going to leave it there because when they get together they're hard to pull apart. So my piece of cardstock I'm going to place on my Stamparatus nice and firmly, and I'm just going to pop the magnet across one corner. And then with my stamps, so I'm using two colours. I'm going to be using Pear Pizzazz and Highland Heather, and I'm going to make sure that I can stamp them, both the ones in the same colour at the same time. So I'm going to place that one where I think I quite like it, and then my sentiment is going to be in the Pear Pizzazz as well. And so I just want to make sure that that is the right way round. Wishing you well. So I think it needs to go this way round. Lovely. So, oh, I've got a hair in there. Oh, so I'm just going to place it down and make it, I'm not going to try and line it up. I'm just going to try and put it across one corner. I think I'm going to be happy with that. All right, so now I'm going to swing my plate over and pick up the stamps, and then I'm going to ink them up. So I'm going to put one of my ink pads underneath here just to give it a level surface, and I'm just going to ink up my leaves and my sentiment, and then bring it over, press firmly, and then the big reveal. So I think I'd like it a little bit darker, so as long as I don't touch anything, I don't move my card, don't move my stamps, but just re-ink, I can flip this over and start, just put some more ink on. Great, I think I'm happy with that. No, I'm not. I'm going to put a little bit, I think I didn't get enough ink in the middle there. Let's see. That's better. So that's my green part down. So now I'm going to come in with my second plate. Now, normally I would pop it at the top there and use it from that point, but you wouldn't be in the video. So what I am going to do just for this video is going to take that plate off a moment, but normally I would just use add the to the top and be done with it. So then these are my little flowers, so I'm going to flip them over and I'm just going to place them artistically, and then this bow, and I'm going to pop that there where again I think it'll look its best. Bring my plate over pick up the stamps, and then I'm going to use the Highland Heather. Now this bow uses a new design that Stampin' Up have introduced called distinctive stamps, and it actually has a texture to it, and I have to say it's fabulous. This bow on this stamp set is actually supposed to be an organdy ribbon, and look at that, it actually is organza. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So there's my flowers, there's my greeting, and that's finished. But if I wanted to make a number of these cards, all I have to do is have my cardstock ready, and this time I think I'm going to do the Highland Heather first, like that. And then, as I say, normally I would just have this one to the top and flip it round, but I haven't really got enough room to share with you with that and get it all on screen. And then I'm going to take my Pear Pizzazz and pick up and press firmly. Again, I think I'm just going to get a bit more colour because that lovely Highland Heather is making this green look a little bit washed out if we're not careful. And there, and you can do a whole host of those if you wanted to do mass production. So I set that aside, and then the remainder of my card, I'm just going to layer it onto some Highland Heather, and I like to use liquid adhesive for this, because when you come to layer it up, it gives you some wiggle room to make sure that all your margins are nicely even. And then I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dimensionals on the back. And on the back of my card base, I'm just going to use my bone folder to get a nice sharp crease, and then just line up like that. And I'm just going to put on a couple of pearls, and we're done. So that's the Stamparatus. I hope you found this video useful on how to do two-step stamping with it. And if you look beneath this video, you will see a link to my online website, and it will take you to the details of the card, and also to my online store where you can purchase the supplies. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. I certainly appreciate your time. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye for now.